Hey guys, it's Anna. Thanks for joining me today. This weekend, I did something really exciting. I went to a card making event. There is a shop called the Inkpad in Manhattan, close to where I live, and they were having their, sorry for the wrestling, I went to their second annual anniversary event. It was like their biggest event. So I just wanted to share some stuff that I bought and some things that I made, and also just my overall experience, so you guys can get a feel for events like that. Now, I've learned about this event on Instagram through someone that I follow, I believe, and it was a really nice experience. The cost for the class was $120, which is a little bit steep, but it's like their biggest anniversary class, and they do offer smaller classes, so you can go on their website and check it out. I'll have a link below. So this was my nameplate, and I'm just going to go through and show you all the cards we made. We made 120 cards. Now, because of the time restraints, I was not able to finish everything that I wanted to, and so some stuff is just kind of unfinished. But that was fine, because a lot of it that's unfinished was coloring and things that I could do on my own, and it wasn't a very big deal. So I'm gonna go through them with you. So this is the first one. This is from a waffle flower set, and we made 2 of these actually, which is so fun because you guys know I love knit and like that fabric type of feel. So these were really great. And the event was taught by Chiron, I think that's how you say her name. She was the nicest, loveliest instructor. She was so sweet, and honestly, like, you did not need to bring anything to the event except for maybe adhesive, which they recommend, and like some odd things here and there. I basically took my whole craft room, so it was actually really funny because I didn't need to bring all that much. I basically brought a suitcase. This is another set. This is a little Hero Art Santa with some distress ink background, and I love this, like, I don't know if you guys can see, but this pierced edge, I love that. I believe that's a waffle flower set, which you guys know now that I have to get. But what was really great about the class was that we got to play around with different sets and kind of see products that we liked. So I believe this is a Tim Holtz Stampers Anonymous set with some distress ink, and I don't know where this die is from. It has like these squiggled edges, and we colored them with distress markers, which was fun. And if not, all the cards are A2 size, I believe. But it was really nice to be able to meet some lovely ladies, and a lot of people in my area that I didn't know of was that, like, near me. You know, I always thought I was alone. This is a, oh, see, this panel's not even adhered on. This is a Neat and Tangled set, sorry, and this is some distress ink background blending with some shimmer mist. I hope you guys can see that shimmer because I love it. And the sentiment says it's Christmas time again. Not all my cards look exactly like the ones that she had as a sample, just because I wanted to do like my own take on it, or because I thought something might be cuter. It was like, you know, just trying things out. This is another Hero Art set, and honestly, this was probably my least favorite card, but looking at it now, a few days later, I'm actually really liking it. I love the colors, and it says, "Have a joyous holiday." And honestly, you didn't even have to use these sentiments. A lot of ladies chose not to put the holiday-specific sentiments on there because they wanted to use them for Valentine's Day or for a birthday. So this would be great for someone who has a winter birthday. This was so cute. I believe this is also a Neat and Tangled set, and they say warmest wishes. This has some Nuvo drops and some Copic coloring underneath, and these foxes are so cute. Oh, after we were there they had a section in the area that we were crafting in where you could like shop for different products, and I will also show you the things I did buy. And honestly, like after you saw and played with the items in your hand, you wanted them. And I think that's so dangerous for me because as you guys have seen my huge hauls, they're quite big, and I tend to have complete set syndrome, not all the time, but with just the things that I absolutely love. This is a waffle flower set with the same pierced die, which I love. I have it popped up, and they had gold Nuvo drops that they wanted to add, but actually I wanted to add my own. I wanted to add the rose water one that I have, which I thought was really soft. And honestly, you could have taken this off and it could have been for a baby card, it could have been for a Mother's Day card, and this is a poinsettia layered stamp. So it's very versatile, I think. So it gives you a different feel of like what different things you can make, which I thought was really nice. This is, I believe, she didn't say, I think this is maybe a Sizzix die or a Tim Holtz die, and she cut it out of this fun paper. So it's like a gift tag holder. That was really fun. That was actually a bonus, an extra, where there was, so we sat at these tables with other ladies, and what happened was that she would pass out, like, as you can see, the envelopes are numbered, and she would pass out the sets. So this one, in this set had, like, we all had these envelopes with paper in them. So they had a card base and the panels, and if it was an embossed sentiment, and it came like a basket would be put on the table with a number, and it would have like coordinating markers or coordinating distress inks or blending tools or whatever it was, and actually it worked out really well. This is watercolor, and there is some shimmer. I don't know if you guys can see it when I tilt it, but it's really nice. And honestly, this could be used for a birthday card as well, and it adds a little bit more fun and color, whereas in for Christmas it can all just be kind of similar tones, like, you know, reds and greens and golds. So this is the Lawn Fawn nitpicky paper with the door and small reef and Nuvo drops, and it says Merry Christmas on the bottom, and it was just like a really sweet, simple card. Honestly, if you wanted, you could have gone home and put a creature inside. I made it so that my door doesn't swing open. I just thought it was really cute. And I also actually didn't adhere it onto my card base because we were short on time. I think, you know, when you're sitting there with other people, even if you're doing it really fast or flying through it, you still end up, you know, talking a little bit and having fun, and you just don't have all the time to do everything. Now, the event was from 10 to 5, so it was a little bit long, but we were able to finish everything. So they let us stay later, and it was really nice. This is, I don't know where this sentiment is from. I believe it's also Neat and Tangled, but this is the cutest sentiment. Wishing you all the joy, warmth, and love of the season. And I loved it on this rainbow distressed background. It made it really atypical. And actually, the way she blended it was really soft. I made it very intense. Not by accident, just because I have a heavy hand. Now, this is a set I ended up buying because I loved it. You know I have a weakness for stars and snowflakes. So this is a Tim Holtz stamp set, a Stampers Anonymous one. And the reindeer was so cute with the stars and the trees. And it's really, and what I took away from this class was that, you know, card making doesn't have to be so hard. And I know I'm my own worst critic, and I put a lot of pressure on myself to create amazing, fantastic cards. But honestly, this class taught, like, what I took away was that I could make really great cards that you know, are colorful or beautiful or pack a punch, you know, really breathtaking, and it doesn't take a long time, and it doesn't take a lot of products. And I really love that, and I kind of really needed that because I think I was getting too hard on myself lately, especially with Christmas just around the corner. So I don't know where this die and stamp is from, or even where the sentiment is from. I was not paying attention when I did this card, but this paper is nitpicky. I'm 100% sure. Okay, now moving on to the last couple that I have. These are both Lawn Fawn. And we got to color the whole scene and stamp our own image. It would have been nice to maybe have one pattern paper or something to ground the image, but honestly you could do that with some markers. It wasn't a big deal, and it was really nice. This was the first card we did that at my table, so it was a nice like introduction, I think, to the whole day. Now this one is really pretty. It's just a mat and a layer and some stamping with some Nuvo glue and some coloring. Really simple. We colored these with the Zig Clean Color brush markers, which are on my list for Christmas. So hopefully Santa will get these to me. But I really like that a lot of these cards were not fussy and they didn't take that long, but they were beautiful. So these three are my unfinished cards, which I'll show you at the end because I haven't put them together. This was a card that I did with a stencil, a Tim Holtz stencil, and some distress paint. It was my first time working with distress paint, and actually they're very pigmented. Like there's a lot of color and a very little bit of paint. And this is also a Tim Holtz set. And I don't know where the rhinestones are from or where the twine is from because it came in a set, but I did pop it up quite a bit on some dimensional foam tape. I realized that I'm not so much of a messy person. Like, I don't really like getting that inky. So it was actually really fun, and I really love this card size as opposed to like the A2. I thought it was it's a really fun size to work with. And these are my last three cards. These are all unfinished. So I tried to do something where instead of having the sentiment printed all over, stamped all over the card itself, I wanted to create a border, but then my washi tape ended up ripping up my paper. So I'm actually going to adhere the image like this. This is by Neat and Tangled. Cut out that with a die and then mat it on some maybe lavender paper or some teal paper just to kind of give it more dimension and kind of save this card because I really love the image. And then there was this card, this was supposed to be ink blended, and I actually stamped the sentiment twice in case I messed up on one side. And it had a bear and a bunny with some candy canes. I don't know if that's how it's supposed to go, but I just decided to quickly color it. This was when I was really running out of time at the end of the day. This was like at like 5:30, and people were hovering over us and stuff. It was really fun, the event. There was raffles and giveaways. And my boyfriend was actually supposed to come with me that day, and he actually couldn't because he was working overtime. So I ended up gifting the class to someone else, and the lovely lady Mary actually surprised me and bought me a gift from my cart. Because like I said, there was sections where you could purchase things in a cart and leave them off to the side until you wanted to pay. I'll get into that in a minute. This is my distressed ink background, which turned out really nice. And this is the Little Merman set. I think it's by Waffle Flower, I'm not sure. And I decided to just take him home and color him. And I haven't done it yet because I was at work. But I really want to finish him because I really loved him. He's such a different image of a Santa, and I thought it was really fun. I'm going to show you the things that I actually received or bought. So I received, I believe it was, oh, and I missed one card. This one. Sorry, so the sweet lady Mary, who ended up taking my boyfriend's seat in the class, she gifted me these three items that were in my cart. This is Delicata pigment ink in rose gold, and I couldn't resist anything rose gold. The Ton sets, which I am in love with this stamp. I don't know if you guys can tell, but all the dimension, like some things are going to just be lines and some things are going to be solid, and I love that about this. And I'm really glad that I was able to see it in person and look at the size, and made me really want to like own it, you know? So these are the three things that she bought me, and she really didn't have to, because that seat, if she hadn't taken it, was gonna be empty and it would have been a waste of money. And I thought it was really sweet. So this is the card that I found just now. It's the L'Enfant Otter Christmas set, and I believe I have this set, so I'm gonna put another otter here, so that's 2 of them, which I thought was really cute. And I believe that's all my cards now. Thankfully. And then I ended up buying myself, is it 2 sets? Did I only buy 2 sets? Yes, I believe I only bought myself these 2 sets. Yep, okay. And this was the Stampers Anonymous Tim Holtz Great Outdoors one with the stars. I couldn't resist the stars. And the big wooden ring, which would be great for mats. Like, you know, stamp this on craft with some ground espresso, and then, you know, put a white sentiment or a gold sentiment across, or even like the little deer right in the middle. That'd be really cute. And this set by Neat and Tangled, this is called Art Deco, and I just love the size of the sentiments, and I love the solid pieces to create the images and like to create colors in the middle. I really love this set, and I can't wait to use it. So thank you so much to Mary, who purchased these for me when she didn't have to. And that was everything at my event. Now, you can look on their site, and if you're local, you can go to more of their events. They have, I believe, 4 more before the year is over. And I hope that they have this event next year, because I would love to go. It was a little bit chaotic, and I think it was really ambitious how many cards we got to take home just because of the time frame. Like, some people were done, and a lot of us weren't. So it was very ambitious, and I really had a good time. I think it was really nice to meet some people in my area, to win something in my raffle. It was just a lot of fun. So thanks for hanging out with me and going through all this stuff, and I'll see you guys later. Bye, friends.